Hello everybody! If you want all the story's content in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 854, The Soup Café. Intermediate. Mira worked in a small soup cafe near the river. Every morning she arrived before sunrise. She cleaned the tables, washed the cups and prepared fresh vegetables for the cook. The cafe was always busy at lunchtime. Office workers came for hot soup and bread. Old friends sat together and talked for hours. Tourists stopped for coffee and cake before walking along the river. Mira liked the customers, but she was often tired. She worked 6 days every week. At night her feet hurt and her hands smelled of onions and garlic. One rainy Tuesday, the cook did not arrive at work. The cafe owner, Mr. Harris, looked worried. "His daughter is sick," he told Mira. "He cannot come today." Mira looked at the long line of customers outside the door. "What will we do?" she asked. Mr. Harris rubbed his face slowly. "I do not know," he said. "I cannot cook all the soup alone." Mira was quiet for a moment. Then she remembered something. "When I was young, my grandmother taught me how to make potato soup," she said. Mr. Harris looked surprised. "Can you make enough for everyone?" "I can try," Mira replied. She quickly washed the potatoes and cut the vegetables. Steam filled the kitchen as the water boiled in large silver pots. Mira added butter, onions, milk and black pepper. The smell moved through the cafe. Customers smiled and looked toward the kitchen. An old woman near the window lifted her spoon after the first taste. "This is wonderful," she said loudly. Soon everybody was talking about the soup. People asked for more bread to finish every drop. Some customers even waited outside for empty tables. At the end of the day, Mr. Harris counted the money with wide eyes. "We sold more soup today than any day this year," he said. Mira laughed for the first time in many weeks. The next morning, Mr. Harris spoke to her before the cafe opened. "I have an idea," he said. "Every Friday you can make your grandmother's soup for the customers." Mira smiled. "I would like that." Months later, people travelled from different parts of the city to taste Mira's potato soup. A food magazine wrote an article about the little cafe by the river. One evening, Mr. Harris placed a new sign in the front window. It said, "Mira's famous soup served here every Friday." Mira stood outside and looked at the sign carefully. Then she walked back inside, tied her apron, and started preparing potatoes for the next morning. If you learned a new word today, please make sure to subscribe so you can practice again next time. Vocabulary notes. Arrived, meaning came to a place after traveling or moving there. Example, every morning she arrived before sunrise. In this sentence, Mira came to the cafe very early in the morning before the sun appeared. Similar words. Came, reached, appeared. Extra example, the bus arrived late because of heavy rain. Worried, meaning feeling nervous or unhappy because something may go wrong. Example, the cafe owner, Mr. Harris, looked worried. Mr. Harris felt nervous because the cook could not come to work at the cafe was busy. Similar words, nervous, anxious, troubled. Extra example, Ella was worried about her exam results. Boiled, meaning heated a liquid until it became very hot and started producing bubbles. Example, steam filled the kitchen as the water boiled in large silver pots. The water became extremely hot while Mira was making the soup. Similar words, heated, cooked, simmered. Extra example, he boiled some water to make tea. Counted, meaning added numbers together to find the total amount. Example, at the end of the day, Mr. Harris counted the money with wide eyes. Mr. Harris added all the money from the cafe sales and was surprised by the large amount. Similar words, calculated, added, totaled. Extra example. The shop assistant counted the coins carefully. Prepared, meaning made something ready for use or for an activity. Example, then she walked back inside, tied her apron, and started preparing potatoes for the next morning. Mira began getting the potatoes ready before the cafe opened again. Similar words: arranged, organized, readied. Extra example, they prepared sandwiches for the long journey. Story written by ChatGPT. Image created by ChatGPT. To read, see all the story's content in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. CC Music, Drifting at 432 Hz, Unicorn Heads.